You guys don't understand what I just went through. You don't understand what I just freaking went through. I was almost halfway done. No, I was over halfway done. I had like 10 books left. And then I accidentally closed out the tiermaker.com and my screen recording was not there anymore. So I do apologize. You're seeing this second. My FBI agent did see it first, and she told me that the original take was so funny that she had to call out of work the next day because her abdominal muscles were so sore from laughing so hard. And another thing, plant light still on. Need to find a new space for her. Ignore the bright roots. It's just my plant light. Another thing is that we're just gonna get right into it. Oh, my bad. Today we are going to be tier ranking all of the LGBTQIA plus books that I have read from 2022 to 2024, cutting it off at like the last book I finished. Okay. Happy Pride, everyone. June's Pride Month, if you didn't know. You can Google it. I don't know what to tell you. I literally am on like my last amount of energy. Okay, I was filming for like 40 minutes. Okay, we're gonna make this quick. Okay, final like dead last is ciao. Anyway, so and that means what was that? Basically. And then the one right above that is boring. Basically, this book was boring and not worth my time, even if it was LGBT. And then the one above that is this gay? Why don't you guys tell me? Like, you'll understand when we get there. And then the one above that one is almost like this was a good book, but it was just missing something for me to live for it. Okay. And then the top tier is never talk to me if ... And what that means is, I have this saying, I don't know where it came from, but I've said it ever since like 5th grade. It's never talk to me if you don't like this. And what I would most commonly say is never talk to me if you don't like Bones. Bones is in the TV show. I used to be obsessed with that. I had a sign on my door when I was younger that said never talk to me if you don't like Bones. And yeah, so basically don't talk to me ever again if you don't like this book, because I don't want to hear your opinion. Don't trust it, basically. So we're going to get started. The first on this list is Malice and Misrule. This is obviously going to go in don't talk to me ever again if you don't like this book, or I would not talk to you. It's my favorite duology ever. It's a Sleeping Beauty retelling with the perspective of Maleficent, and it is sapphic. And then the next book after that is Tripping Arcadia. Okay, this is gonna go in boring. The only redeeming factor about this book is that my bestie Hannah sent this book to me with an annotated copy that, hello, she made herself. Get to a friend who sends you annotated books. I do remember that I really like the vibes of this book. Okay, so it's a gothic novel. It was giving very much cottagecore, very much plants. Okay, Lauren, if you haven't read this book, you might like it. I didn't. I thought it was boring. I don't know. And then the next book we have is Popcorn Love. This is the book. Obviously, it's going to go with never talk to me again if you have a negative opinion about this book, because I don't want to hear it. This book means the most to me. I have the deepest connection with this book. It's like the first long fan fiction I've ever read, and it changed my life literally forever. And I'm not being dramatic when I say that. I'm being dead serious. However, I really wish that you would not read it, because that would feel like me exposing myself. Okay. The next book is These Violent Delights, and this is like a gay version of The Secret History, kind of with less characters. Dark Academia, gay boys. I'm gonna go with Almost a Slay, because I barely remember this book because I read it in 2022, but I do remember that I really, really liked it, but there was just something missing. And that's what I'll say about that. And then the next book, The next book is Cackle by Rachel Harrison. And I'm going to put that in Is This Gay? Because if you guys didn't know, this book is not LGBT, but it was. Okay. It was. The way that Sophie was always calling Annie pet, that's giving lesbian, that's giving bisexual woman, that's giving pansexual woman, that's giving queer. That's very good to me, ma'am. And the way that Annie was longing to always be around Sophie, okay, that's very gay. Like, if you are straight as straight this book was trying to be, you would not, like, want that. That's gay. That book is gay. I don't care what anyone says. The next book is Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead. And of course, it's going to be in Never Talk to Me if you have anything negative to say about this book, or I will say negative things about you. The main character was very relatable, and I felt very connected with her. I felt like she understood me and I understood her. The next book is Payback's a Witch. I would like to say I really did like this setting. I didn't like how a lot of the chatter was about a crusty, dusty, busted man. So I'm going to go with Chow. Anyway, so this has 4 books in the series, I think 5. So I am going to try to gaslight myself into liking this series because the vibes were vibing. The setting was amazing. I remember that there was this one chapter when they were in the haunted forest. It was, hello, can you write the whole book like that? The next book I have is Read Between the Lines. This one is almost a slay. This is a sapphic retelling of You've Got Mail. And the only thing that kept it from being 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 1000% was it was too quick for me. And You've Got Mail, it was very much slow burn. This one was set up to like where it would have been a slow burn, except for they started like immediately almost, and I wanted there to be like more of a mystery behind will they or won't they. The next book is About That Kiss, and this is about actresses who are older and discover their sexuality through each other. And I'm gonna put that in Almost a Slay because there's another book on this list that does a trope extremely similar, and it's like they're like almost the same book except for this book. Okay, yeah, it just like it was almost there, but it like wasn't all the way there. And then the next book, oh my god, I love this one. This is a holiday romance. How to Excavate a Heart. Yeah, never talk to me if you don't like this book, or else you get the middle finger from me. Yeah, this book was a slay. I don't know why I don't own it. Holiday romance, not Christmas. The next book is also a holiday romance, Christmas. It's Kiss Her Once for Me. And oh, I put that in the wrong category. This is in Almost a Slay because the mess was messy. The mess was good. This was giving Hallmark. However, I did not like Jack. I didn't like her at all. I thought that she was petty and mean. And I did not want the main character to end up with her. I couldn't stand her. I wanted the main character to end up with somebody who was not in the book, basically. So then the next book is Briefly a Delicious Life, and I'm not gonna say Chow anyway, so I almost said that. I'm gonna say boring. This is about a ghost who has been dead for years. It's set in the 1800s or 1600s. I don't know, child, they're all the same to me. Okay, so she's a ghost. She's been dead for like 200 years, and then this family moves into the house, and she was just watching the family as you do as a ghost, and she took a special interest in the mother. Next, Run Away With Me Girl. This was offensive. There was an on-page essay scene. This is a manga. I don't trust anyone on Goodreads who says that this is a cute couple because it was disgusting. Literally, what the F? The blonde girl is bisexual and the brunette is a lesbian. Okay. And a common stereotype / trope that happens between the bis is that what this book did. Okay, F you, this book. So the bisexual girl leading the lesbian on, and she was just basically hyping this girl up, but then she would go home to her husband and want to be with him. It was giving very much she was stringing the lesbian girl along. And another book that this happened in was Sorry Bro Chow. Anyway, so disgusting. It's like that's the same, very similar thing that happened. So the bisexual woman was the main character, the lesbian person was the love interest, and I want to spoil this book because I didn't like it, but there are people out there who like it. I don't know why. You could tell me why if you like it. Yeah, the lesbian deserves so much better than that girl, the main character, not because of her sexuality, not because of that, don't even start. It's just because she was a trash person, and like, you don't do that to people. And honestly, the boyfriend deserved better too. She was just a biatch. The next book is The Red Files. And to be honest, I read this book because Lee Winter wrote another book that I really love. But this book was not booking. This book was boring. It was like the characters had no chemistry. And then once they did, they immediately banged. And that was just boring. That's just boring to me. This next one, I'm going to have to say, if you have anything negative to say about Pizza Girl at all, ever, like, literally, don't ever talk to me ever again, or you're not allowed to have pizza for the rest of your life. Yeah, Pizza Girl is, I will say it 1,000 times if you really need me to. The Pizza Girl is about a pizza girl. She works at a local pizza shop. Boring town. She's 18. She doesn't know what she wants to do with her life. She is pregnant. And then a MILF calls into the pizza shop and is like, hello, I would like a pizza with pickles. And she's like, we don't usually do that, but I will do it for you. Could you sound hot? And then she does it, and then she starts becoming obsessed with her. And the next book is Breaking Carrots. And I'm going to have to say is never talk to me ever again if you don't like Breaking Character, or else I will literally block you. I love Breaking Character. I love it. I love that book so much. This is about two lesbians. They're closeted. They work on a medical drama show. They're hanging out after the set. One of them falls and the other one catches them, and so they're like embraced. And then paparazzi snaps a picture of them. And there's rumors of them dating, okay, but they're both closeted, okay. Then character A gets called up by a famous director and it's like, hey, I want you for this part. Also, bring your girlfriend. And instead of her telling the director, she's not my girlfriend, she says, okay, character B, come along with me. And so they're fake dating. Her Majesty's Royal Coven. I liked the trans representation in this, however... Oh, and I also do like the magic system in this. However, I did think that the book was boring because I don't remember, like, anything that happened in it, to be honest with you. The next book is Just As You Are. And this book was almost a slay. It was almost a slay. There was... gender fluid representation in this one, and I really wanted more of that because I felt like it was just a conversation in a paragraph, and then that was literally all. But I don't remember the rest of what that book is about, for being honest. The next one, I am going to have to say, if you talk bad about mistakes were made, there are going to be mistakes that are going to be made, and it won't be a mistake. I'm gonna have to say never talk to me again, okay? If you don't like mistakes were made, because this book was 10 out of 10 slay. Like, okay, so this is best friend's mother trope. Okay, they're both of legal age. Okay, obviously the mother is of legal age, but the character B was of legal age. This was a mess. This was extremely spicy, and they reminded me of my OGP. What more can you want? And then the next book, I'm going to have to cry. I'm going to cry when I say this. The Prairie of the Orange Tree, more like The Prairie of the Boring Tree. I do apologize. I didn't like this book. I thought the fantasy was too heavy, and I thought that this was barely LGBT because I don't get it. Like, I just didn't get it. I felt like I could skip pages at a time. At one point, I did skip 5 pages. I'm not gonna lie to you. I skipped 5 pages, and the same exact thing was happening. The next book on this list, his Dowry of Blood. And that's going to be in Almost a Slay. I do have a special connection because this was the first book for the Women's Wrong Support Group book club. That's my book club on Facebook. If you'd like to join, please do. We'd love to have you. Link in the description. A Dowry of Blood is about the previous spouses of Dracula. I did like Magdalena and I liked Alexei. I could barely remember like the main character. Did I like her? I don't know. There was just something missing for me. I did read this book twice, back to back, but I felt like something was missing. I don't know. The next one is You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. And I don't know what to say about this one, because this was gay, because she had a girlfriend. But also this wasn't boring. It just made me mad. But I didn't hate it. I'm going to still put it in Chow anyway, so because I didn't hate it, I did rate this book 3 stars, but the second half? What the heck was that? Okay, like, and then I did realize that the outlandish things that did happen was based off of a real thing. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, and you want to know what I'm talking about, I will let you know. But what the fuck was that? This Delicious Death, I liked it. I don't care what anybody says. This was almost a slave for me. There was a few things missing. Unpopular opinion. Oh my goodness, sue me. Unpopular opinion for This Delicious Death. I thought that the language was hilarious. These people have a disease, and some of them have it. So the disease is that they want to eat human, like they want to be cannibals basically. So the government made this fake human flesh called sin flesh, like synthetic flesh, that they can eat instead. So these girls, they're like teens, they just graduated. They go to a music festival. One of them's an influencer, and she's trans. We love. There's an outbreak that's happening, and some of them like want to go feral, or like whatever they call it. I was about to say like wolf out, but they're not werewolves. And so that disease is like spreading within the festival, and they are like trying to figure out what the heck is going on. I did like this. A lot of people didn't. Yeah. Anyway, Cleat Cute. Ciao. Anyway, so I don't know what the girlies are talking about with this one. I didn't like it. I do apologize for that. And this was the same. That's so funny to me because it's the same author as Mistakes Were Made, and they're on very different levels of the tier ranking list. They are. Cleat Cute, it was just boring to me. And there was so much internal dialogue from both characters happening that I was like, okay, I don't know what was being said to each other and what was not being said to each other in Timor. The next book I'm going to talk about is Eileen. Is this gay? No, like literally, is it? Is it considered LGBT? Because I felt like there was vibes between Eileen and Rebecca that were very much vibes, you know what I'm saying? And I did rate that 5 stars. I do apologize for that because I know Eileen was terrible, and a lot of people what? The next book is How Can I Help You? I'm gonna say, is this gay? Is this considered LGBT for real? Is it? I don't think it is, but it's like they want each other. They do. I'm not like Margot and Jane. What was her name? Jane, I think. Margot and Jane, they wanted each other bad. The Writing Retreat. I so badly want to put this in Is This Gay because it did not deserve. But I'm gonna put this. Oh my god, it's not Almost a Slay. It's not boring. It is Ciao Anyway So, I guess. Ciao Anyway So, because I did not fuck with Rin. Rin? Oh my god, Rin, if I ever catch you. Oh my goodness, she was a terrible person. Terrible. The main character had no business trying to rekindle whatever the fuck that they had. I don't understand that. And then Jawbone. My heart. Listen, there are at least 3 of you guys who watch my channel regularly who love this book. You guys do. And I do apologize. I wish that I could put this in almost a sleigh, because it was missing something for me. However, it was missing a little bit too much, so I'm gonna have to put this book in chow. Anyways, so this book was not boring, but it was not almost a sleigh, and it definitely was not top tier for me. And it was definitely LGBT. I just didn't vibe with this book all the way 100%. It was sitting at a 3-star for me, so it was not terrible. I did not hate it like the other books in this category. Well, I didn't hate You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight, but I'm moving on. Satisfaction Guaranteed. Boring. I'm gonna tell you. So, Satisfaction Guaranteed. Okay, here's the tea on that. Character A runs a sex shop, and character B is inherited the sex shop from her family who passed away, okay? And so then they have to work together to either shut it down or like keep it running, okay? And you would think it would be spicy and hilarious. It was just fine. It was not spicy, like, at all. Not like at all, because it was like a sex shop, but it was not it. Next book I am going to have to say is is this a Never Talk to Me, or is this almost a sleigh? Okay, so either way, it's Carmilla the First Vampire. This is like, okay, yep, Never Talk to Me. Okay, Never Talk to Me ever again if you have anything to say about Carmilla the First Vampire, or else. This is a spin on the tale Carmilla, and it has like, oh my gosh, I think it's Chinese culture in it added to it. So there's like different elements. The main character, I swear to God, that was kind of loud. Natural beauty. I'm gonna have to say, was this gay? It was, but was it though? The next one is on the same page, and I'm going to have to say, what am I gonna have to say? To put on the same page as Almost a Sleigh, because while I did rate this book 4.5 or 5 stars, now that I think about it, it was Almost a Sleigh, because there was just, I feel like, a few things that needed to be more for me, that would have made it one of my favorite books of all time. Where Sleeping Girls Lie. This author, she has become an auto read, auto buy, auto like anything, like literally I love her writing so much. However, Where Sleeping Girls Lie, it was very much a little bit of repetitiveness going on, so I'm going to put it in Almost a Sleigh, because it was just missing just that little bit for me. I really wish that it was a little bit less repetitive, then it would be like top tier for me. It is a 4.5. Yeah, I don't know. I need a physical copy immediately. Next book I'm going to chat to is When I Arrived at the Castle, and this is a child anyway, so this is the definition of child anyway, so this is the reason why I named this category child anyway, so because what happened in that book? What happened? So I'll try to tell you what happened. Character B goes to character A's castle to kill character A, and then they end up being naked. And that's it. I did it again. Alright, let's make this quick because I don't know what the heck is happening. Okay, the next book I'm going to mention is Chlorine. I really, really like that book. However, there was just that one thing missing for me. I think there was a scene that was really intense that was from a character's point of view that I really wish that it was from a different character's point of view, and that is what kind of broke me, and that there was just a disconnect between the breaking point and the build up to the breaking point for me. So I'm gonna have to put Chlorine in Almost Asleep. And then the next book I'm going to talk about is Heartstopper. And Heartstopper, if you have anything negative to say about Heartstopper, then you don't like happiness. Never talk to me again, or else I'll make sure you're never happy ever again if you don't like Heartstopper. I love Heartstopper. It's just about Nick and Charlie, who are two teenage boys who just not slowly, but they end up falling in love with each other. So we followed their relationship, and it's very beautiful. And if you have anything negative to say about that, like, I literally don't know how. And then the next book I'm going to mention is Delilah Green Doesn't Care. Delilah Green doesn't care, and you know what? I don't care either. I'm gonna put this in Chow anyway. So, and hear me out, Sapphics. I know you guys love this book. I know you love it. I don't care. I don't like Delilah. I don't like her. She is petty, and I wouldn't say dramatic, but she's petty, and I don't like that. And Claire, I don't like Claire either. I do apologize for that. It's just these characters, I didn't want them to be together. I was rooting against them. And the next book is Monstrilio. Monstrilio was Almost a Slay. I have a prediction that I was talking about to Rebecca. Thank you so much for everybody reading Monstrilio with me. And then Maddy, your favorite book, I do apologize, close your ears, that I had a theory about this book, but that didn't happen, so I won't tell you my theory. It was a very good theory, if I do say so myself. Late Bloomer. Never talk to me if you don't like a late bloomer, or I will assume that you don't like me. A late bloomer. Oh, will show me. I loved this book. I just read this book for my book club with Maddy, from Madievsky's library. Shout out bestie. I loved this book. This book was 5 out of 5. I'm sure that I have my critiques, but I can't think of anything negative to say about this book. I really liked it. I thought Opal was so funny. I really liked their relationship. I was rooting for them. The next mother freaking book is Telling Lies Online. And if you guys like this book, I don't know why. I literally don't know why. I don't. There was a Goodreads review about how cute the couple was to this book as well. And I don't think so. I thought that the main character was a gaslighting, lying ass. And I was rooting against them. And the love interest, yeah, she was weird as well. Like, she was weird, but she wasn't a liar and a manipulator and a gaslighter. So yeah, I would say, yeah, she deserves better, but she just needs to learn boundaries a little bit. And the last book I'm going to talk about is Plain Bad Heroines, and I do unfortunately have to put that book into boring because I do apologize to Miss Emily M. Danforth. I know that you spent 8 years writing this book, and I think that the original idea got a little bit convoluted because there was a ton of things going on. There was a ton of things going on with this book. It just got a little bit too much at the end. I did really like the final scene, and I did really like a polyamorous thing that happened. I thought that we could have focused either on the present or on the past individually. I thought that it just made it confusing going back and forth, and it just didn't make a whole lot of sense when it came down to it. So unfortunately, I did get a little bit bored. I do love the mixed media in this book. And I did like the overall story. However, I do wish that we could have seen the movie. Like, seen as in read the movie. You know what I'm saying? That's my final tier ranking video. Let me know if you guys would like to see something else. A tier ranking video will... Unfortunately, if you don't like this video, a tier ranking video will be in your future again because I do love doing this. I would just love for you all to know that this is my opinion, so if you do disagree with me, that's okay. However, if you disagree with me about the top tier, I would like for you to shut your mouth and rethink that. If you guys made it this far, please, 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 I would love it if you put the list emoji with the pencil down below in the comment section so I can know that you... Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching it this far. I honestly mean that because this video was a struggle to make. As I said, the first time I tried to film this video, I filmed it for 40 minutes and then everything went wrong. And so I have been sitting here for almost 2 hours filming. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys don't enjoy this video, like literally don't tell me, because then I might cry. Actually, you can't tell me, like, it doesn't matter. People will be so brave behind a keyboard. And thank you for coming to Brooklin's Library. I really appreciate that. Your membership card is the subscribe button. So if you would like to become a member of this library, all you have to do is click subscribe. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go probably wash dishes if we're being honest. All right, bye.